You know what unsettles a toxic person more than being confronted? Your calm, your silence, your decision to stop engaging in their chaos. Here's a truth many Christians never hear clearly. Yes, we're taught to forgive. Yes, we're taught to love. But we're rarely taught that sometimes the most Christ-like response is to quietly step away. Jesus didn't debate everyone who tried to provoke him. He didn't defend himself to Pilate. He didn't chase Judas when betrayal was already decided. And neither are you required to explain yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Today I'm going to share 7 quiet behaviors that completely disarm toxic people. Not because you're trying to hurt them, but because you've become unreachable. These behaviors are rooted in scripture, wisdom, and spiritual maturity. If you're exhausted from being drained, manipulated, or emotionally pulled into unnecessary battles, this message will shift how you move forward. Let's begin. Behavior number 1. Notice everything but respond to nothing. Toxic people thrive on reactions. They crave your anger, your explanations, your tears, because that's how they stay in control. Proverbs 29:11 reminds us that the wise learn restraint, while fools release every emotion. Every time you react, you hand someone else authority over your peace. You become predictable. And predictable people are easy to manipulate. So instead, observe. Pay attention. See patterns clearly. But don't react. Your calm isn't weakness. It's wisdom. Silence becomes the one thing they don't know how to fight. And the moment they realize they can no longer provoke you, their power disappears. Behavior number 2. Pull back your energy instead of trying to prove your point. Here's a hard lesson. You cannot reason with someone who doesn't value truth. Matthew 7:6 warns us not to offer what's precious to those who will trample it. Walking away isn't failure, it's discernment. When you stop explaining yourself, when you stop defending your character, when you stop arguing with someone committed to chaos, you starve their ego. And an ego without attention becomes desperate. Choosing yourself doesn't make you selfish. It means you finally recognize your worth. Behavior number 3. Choose distance instead of drama. Sometimes the most loving act is leaving quietly. Jesus did this himself. When hostility escalated, he didn't fight the crowd, he walked away. You are not called to rescue everyone. You are not obligated to sacrifice your peace to prove your faith. Toxic people depend on closeness. They need access to guilt you, drain you, and manipulate you. Distance removes their influence. Not with anger, not with announcements, just with boundaries. And when that access is gone, their control vanishes with it. Behavior number 4. Remain kind when they expect you to become bitter. This one confuses them the most. They provoke and you stay calm. They insult and you remain steady. They want a reaction and you give grace. Romans 12:21 teaches us to overcome evil with good. Your composure exposes what arguments never could. When you refuse to mirror their behavior, you hold up a reflection they don't want to see. Your peace highlights their disorder. Kindness isn't passivity, it's strength under control. And light always unsettles darkness. Behavior number 5. Release justice into God's hands. Stop trying to make things even. Stop waiting for apologies. Stop plotting closure. Hebrews reminds us that God alone handles repayment. When revenge occupies your thoughts, the toxic connection still owns your attention. But when you let go, truly let go, you break the final tie. People fear those who no longer need validation or closure from them. Trust God with the outcome. You keep walking forward. Behavior number 6. Protect your peace more than you protect people's comfort. Many believers struggle here. You were never called to say yes to disrespect. You were never asked to shrink to keep others comfortable. Galatians asks us plainly, who are we trying to please, people or God? When peace becomes your priority, manipulation loses its grip. People pleasers are easy to control, but someone grounded in peace cannot be moved. Your calling requires clarity, and peace is sacred. Behavior number 7. Change without explaining yourself. This is the final shift. No speeches, no justifications, no public announcements of growth. Proverbs says even silence can be mistaken for wisdom. When you evolve quietly, you become unpredictable, and unpredictability unsettles those who relied on knowing your triggers. Toxic people need access to your patterns. Silence removes the map. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your healing. Grow anyway. Closing. Here's your challenge. Choose one of these behaviors and practice it this week. Just one. Because the strongest believers aren't always the loudest. They're the ones who've learned that boundaries, peace, and silence are not weaknesses. They're weapons. And when you walk with that kind of authority, toxic people don't confront you. They avoid you, not because you became cold, but because you became free. If this spoke to you, comment one word: untouchable. Subscribe for more faith-based truth. And remember, you weren't created to be walked over. Sometimes glorifying God means walking away quietly.